because there's another pay-per-view. So many pay-per-views. Oh boy. We are back because this Sunday it is the Elimination Chamber. We are on the road to WrestleMania. We are about 7 weeks out. And here are my Elimination Chamber predictions. As you see, I am solo, but I have some good theories that you all want to know. Welcome to Kimmy Talks Wrestling, and we are starting right now. Thank you for 100 subscribers. Oh my gosh. We have over 110 subscribers as of 11:02 in the morning today. Thank you all so much. I can't believe it. 5 months and here I am. Holy crap. But enough about that because we gotta talk about Elimination Chamber. We have 5 matches. I'm recording this before SmackDown, so I don't know if things are gonna get changed, added. And we all know that WWE's probably gonna add some matches on Sunday morning because that's just what they do. But to kick it off, I'm going to start off with the match that was supposed to happen, but due to a pregnancy, it looks like we're not going to go that route, which is Lacey Evans versus Asuka. Obviously, this pregnancy is legit, so congratulations to Lacey Evans. But the Raw Women's Championship does need to get defended just based off the fact that the last time we saw it defended on a pay-per-view was Clash of Champions. That's pathetic. So I'm going to take a bold prediction here and predict that Rhea Ripley is going to step in for Lacey Evans. It's going to be Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I'm not saying that Rhea Ripley should win, but this will give Rhea momentum to make her a dominant star on the Raw Women's division and also help them because it desperately needs help because I don't even know what Asuka's going to do at WrestleMania because, like, what are we doing here? Charlotte? Please no. Please no. Peyton Royce? Naomi? Lana, Shayna Baszler, please figure this out. So I'm going with Rhea Ripley here. I'm hoping it's a pretty good match. Obviously, they could just scrap this match entirely, but if they do that, that'd be really bad. Don't do that. Next up, we have a triple threat match for the United States Championship. We have Riddle versus Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley. Now, I saw briefly on Twitter the other day that they might be taking Lee out of this match. I don't entirely know if that is true. I have no proof to back it up with. But I'm going with Bobby Lashley on this. Bobby Lashley has looked so dominant over the past couple months, literally all of 2020 going into 2021. I cannot see him losing this championship on such a minor pay-per-view on the road to WrestleMania. I'm hoping that we do something big with him. Hopefully Cedric Alexander, because it looks like we're going to break him up from the Hurt Business really soon. And I think now that Cedric has actually come into his own, he could be such a mega heel going into this feud with Lashley. I think it would make perfect sense to do it. Obviously with Sheldon and him dropping the tag team titles at Fastlane. I don't know to who, because we have no tag teams on Raw. But I'm going with Lashley here. I'm hoping this is a really good match. I do not want Riddle to win at all. Good plans, guys. Good plans. Next up, we have the SmackDown Elimination Chamber because we have to talk about that before we get to whoever Roman Reigns is going to wrestle. King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan. Now, it's kind of interesting they did put Jey Uso in this match just because I guess they couldn't think of anyone else to put in. Hint, hint, it should have been Rollins. I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan on this one, especially because Daniel Bryan looks like he is going to be wrestling Rollins at WrestleMania, and it looks like Edge is going to end up picking Reigns, even though I don't want that at all. I think Bryan and Jey Uso are going to be in that final 2, battle it out, and Bryan's going to get the upper hand here. Storyline-wise, I would love a Sami Zayn one just because he could add to his conspiracies. You know, this isn't fair. I just went through a whole Elimination Chamber. Now, I have to wrestle Roman Reigns right now? That's ridiculous. Because I do predict that the Elimination Chamber match will follow with Reigns versus whoever. But I'm going with Bryan. I think Bryan should start it off, go through everybody, and obviously win the whole thing. You could even do this again at Fastlane because, like I said, there's another pay-per-view for no reason. You could do this at Fastlane, have Rollins cost Bryan, and then start that feud off. I would love a Cesaro one too, but I just don't see it. You could do that at Fastlane as well to kind of make it make sense, I guess, if you want to do Rollins and Cesaro instead. But I would love if Rollins just beat someone up to take someone's position in the Elimination Chamber because, I don't know, like, I just think it makes sense, you know? Why not? Anything for Rollins. Justice for Rollins, guys. Justice for Rollins. But obviously, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan, that's the hypothetical I'm planning here. Roman Reigns is winning without a doubt. I don't see Reigns dropping this title until possibly SummerSlam of this year. Even if he does wrestle Edge, I don't see him dropping the title to Edge. I just feel like Reigns has been really dominant in this title run. This is something we've wanted to see out of his past, I believe, 5 or 6 title runs that he's had. So I like what we're doing here. I like him with Heyman, Jay, the whole thing. So keep the title on him, please. And for the Royal Elimination Chamber, we have Kofi Kingston. We have, let's see if I can do this off the top of my head. We have Drew McIntyre. We have Sheamus. We have Randy Orton. We have AJ Styles. I'm really trying to remember this off the top of my head. AJ. Oh, and Jeff Hardy. There's a lot of things to this. First, I like that they took Miz out of it just because it gives other people opportunities, such as a Kofi Kingston, which I'm really excited that he's in the match for. And I also predicted that first. But with Kofi being in this, I am going to say there's a very good chance that Ali does beat up Kofi to take his position to get retribution, no pun intended, from 2 years ago when Kofi took Ali's spot, to further this retribution storyline and hopefully have it take place at WrestleMania. Like I said, there's one more pay-per-view. They probably don't know what they're doing for Fastlane, so I could also see it being there as well. With Randy Orton, up until Raw, I did want Orton to win to have Orton and Edge because that's the match that they initially wanted for the championship for this year's WrestleMania. But it looks like we're furthering this feud with The Fiend. I could very much see the lights going out and Orton being in his pod and The Fiend or Alexa Bliss turning up. I would love it if they just kept The Fiend off of TV until WrestleMania like they did at WrestleMania 31 when Bray was feuding with The Undertaker. Taker did not show up until the night of WrestleMania but sent signs and signals that he was going to come back. That would be super cool, and just have Alexa tease all the way to Mania. I would also go with AJ in this, but I don't see AJ winning just because I'm really hoping that him and Balor are the two wrestling at WrestleMania for the NXT Championship, possibly a triple threat with Cole, maybe a fatal 4-way Kyle O'Reilly to make it interesting, because you know, every single promotion right now is doing something with the Bullet Club, so why don't we just add more to that? Jeff Hardy's basically just in there for fun, I guess, but I'm excited to see what he does, because, you know, anytime you put him in a really cool structure, he does something amazing that's going to turn into a GIF and make Twitter go crazy. Down to Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. I see Drew McIntyre taking the win here, possibly making it to WrestleMania against Sheamus, because it looks like that's the way we're going. I cannot think of anyone else on the Raw side that can wrestle Drew, so that's why I was anticipating that Edge was going to go that way and Rollins go blue and go to Reigns, but I guess we're not doing that at all. So I'm going to go Drew and Sheamus in the bottom two. Drew picks up the win, Sheamus gets mad or whatever, then Sheamus wins some type of #1 contender match at Fastlane to wrestle Drew at WrestleMania. Both Elimination Chamber matches should be really good. There's a lot of talented superstars in there, and I'm excited to see what they do inside the chamber. But yeah, the fact that there's another pay-per-view after this kind of makes me confused, because why would we have another pay-per-view where things could change? And this pay-per-view is 3 weeks before WrestleMania. So like, what was the point of putting like usually leading up to Mania, like this is the last pay-per-view, and then you have March to build, but WWE's just wackadoo. So that's my Elimination Chamber predictions. Make sure to like this video, comment what you guys think is going to happen to the Elimination Chamber. I very much see them adding Sasha and Bianca versus Nia and Shayna, based off what happened last week on SmackDown. Trying to think of other matches. Big E versus Apollo might also happen at the Chamber. That's all I can really think of. Comment if you can see any other matches being added or not. Make sure to click that bell for notifications and subscribe. And I will see you on Monday with my one and only friend Skylar to review this pay-per-view. And I will also see you tomorrow for our SmackDown review. And make sure to check out East Coast Autograph Auctions for all the cool stuff I've been doing. Follow me on Twitter, Kimmy_WWE, Instagram at Kimmy Talks Wrestling, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.